Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I am super excited to share with you all that I have finalized my Patreon account. There are going to be two tiers, and if you're not really the individual to give financial donation or support to any channel, then this just isn't a video for you. But if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I've done a lot of development on my channel the last couple years. I have definitely grown within the community and have been able to interact with so many wonderful and super encouraging people. Not that long ago, I had, essentially one of my oldest subscribers reach out to me and say, Nathan, I think it's time that you try doing something a little bit more intimate. And it sounds a little odd to say, but when you think about it, there is so much passion within any kind of hobby, and especially with the EDC and the knife community, there are so many people that are super crazy hardcore about sharpening and customization, or collecting the rarest of this, that, and the other, or really beating the absolute snot out of whatever is the latest and greatest design, and they share their findings on platforms like Instagram and YouTube, for example. And those are the only platforms that I share my content on, because I don't need more than two social media platforms realistically. It's more than enough for me. But I have developed a whole lot of skill, definitely through trial and error, reaching out to other people who are far more skilled than myself, and growing myself and my skills. So I wanted to go through the two levels. There's going to be a $5 and a $10. Big numbers, right? It's really not that much, but what I'm offering perks wise for each level is substantially way cooler stuff than I know a lot of other channels to do for their Patreon members. I won't really be doing any exclusive content because within my own busy life, it is difficult already enough to produce content on a day-to-day basis, with making full-length videos or posting all the shorts, stuff like that. My work-life balance, it's always changing, and I want to be able to still enjoy what I do and find happiness and fulfillment in it, and not be overwhelmed. And I don't want this to feel like a job, because this isn't a job to me. I want this to always feel like it is coming out of love and genuine passion. And I think that's why there are so many people out there that are willing to support me. My channel currently just got to 2,602 subscribers just the other day. And while I've been doing this for, I believe, almost 4 years now, it's super slow growing, but I know that the number that I see for subscriber count, that's the amount of people I have earned through being all of myself and not trying to just sell the latest and greatest bullshit, or do a bunch of free stuff and crazy giveaways. Financially speaking, I've never been, I guess, stable enough to do crazy expensive giveaways. And again, because the channel is so small, there are very few companies and brands that would be willing to give me something for free to be able to speak on them. So as my channel grows slowly over time, that's something that will be a little bit more frequent. And it's obviously my responsibility to stay true to my beliefs and be able to keep producing the content that you can count on me for. So level 1, $5. It's on a monthly basis. If you are a iPhone, I guess an Apple user, there is some weird charge that I do not agree with, and that's the reason why I'm only charging $5, because it charges you a certain amount of money to donate to an account, somebody like me, and it's just going for the Apple services or some bullshit. I don't care for that. I don't think that's right that they charge just because you're an Apple user. But that is also the reason why the second level is only $10, because originally I wanted to do a 10 and a 15, but you'd be paying like $5 more, and it wouldn't go to me. It would be a waste of your money, and I just don't think it's fair. So I wanted to stick within a financial amount that made sense, and then no one would miss. No one's gonna miss $5 a month, and probably no one's gonna miss $10 a month, realistically, especially for what I do have to offer. So starting off here with level 1, and this is something that if anything is confusing, please reach out to me to get more details, especially when it comes to the customization services, because that is like a per customer basis. So I don't have like an actual chart of pricing or anything, but I will say I'm probably going to be the cheapest guy out there for customization services, because I'm not a professional, and a lot of the stuff that I do create, sometimes it's just happy accidents, or it is a little bit of skill, and I end up creating some pretty cool stuff that I'm honestly proud of. And a lot of other people out there that have supported me through the years, they have some of my early customized stuff and they cherish it. I've seen it been traded around a little bit or sold off. Some people have even made profit off of knives being customized by me, and I'll take that as a compliment. So again, starting off, early access to my personal knife sales. So that basically means I'm not gonna be selling knives that companies sent to me for free, because I'm not there yet, and at this moment in time, I don't completely agree with that. But I will be doing giveaways and stuff like that. We'll get into that in a second. So early access to my personal knife sales. That means knives that I buy with my own damn money. I enjoy them, I make the content, I share with you guys my thoughts. I love it, I hate it, this and the other about it, and then I go to sell it. My main, I guess, way to sell stuff and get things back out there into the community for a discounted rate has been through Blade Binge. And while I enjoy Blade Binge, I like what they do, I like the services and security that they offer, I would much rather, it would feel nicer for me to be able to give a heads up and a better fighting chance of people that actually want to support me. So let's say I buy a really, really cool knife. For example, this right here. This is North Mountain Blades BB-NM. This is an absolute undeniable hot commodity right now, and I'm planning to sell it sometime soon. This will only be available to my Patreon members for a decided window of time. So instead of just going directly on Blade Binge and posting this, I want to be able to give my Patreon members an opportunity to purchase this directly from me through PayPal, friends, and family. This is a trust-based system. As of every other individual in this community, how they operate their sales is they receive the money and then they ship out the knife. You can see how some people could get screwed up, but if you don't receive your knife because I didn't send it to you, that is costing my everything, my credibility. So I have a whole lot more to lose than you do, realistically. So if I screw over somebody, that's my head essentially, and I'm not willing to risk that. So I would much rather make a nice, simple, easy sale, receive the money that's owed for the knife, ship it out, and get it to you within a timely manner. And of course, it's going to be clean, freshly sharpened. One thing that I want to do for people who buy stuff from me, you will get a free custom edge with whatever knife that you buy from me. That means, hey, you're a Patreon member now, you're in the $5, the first level category, you buy this exact knife from me, and you say, hey, what angle do you have on there? I'll tell you what it is, I'll tell you the grit that I have it, and if you have a preference for what you want on this, I'll do it for you and I'll ship it out just like that. It's not gonna cost you nothing extra on top of what the knife actually costs, and I will be handling shipping. Now again, what's fair is fair. If you have a preference of, I guess, shipping carrier and it costs significantly more, then it's fair to pay the difference. Or if you want something to be insured, again, it's fair to pay the difference. I'm offering a good bit of my personal time to be able to get you guys a really good deal on cool knives. This is a pretty rare and hard to get knife, and I don't want to gouge anybody out. I would much rather this go to somebody who is going to support me and that actually believes in what I stand for. So that's one example of the first little perk. The second perk is automatic entry for company provided product giveaway. So that means if I have okay, I did not get this from Concept, but let's say Concept reaches out to me and says, hey, we want to send you this premium Eagle Strike. Yes, we do have the tenable, more affordable variation, but we want to send you the premium one because we really want you to help boost our sales on this. Of course, my typical process is I'm going to do me and I'm going to give this thing an honest review. If I love it or I hate it, I'm going to do what I do and give it a fair, honest review. At that point, because I did not buy this knife and it was given to me per, this whole scenario, this was given to me for free, you are automatically entered into getting the knife. You get to get this knife for free. This thing is of $170 or $180 value. And because it was sent to me for free and you're out there willing to support me, you get this knife for free. And yes, I cover shipping. I will put an edge on there for you for free, custom edge. If you want super thick, super thin, high polish, I can go up to 1,000 grit or put a nice coarse working edge, which is what I prefer if you're actually going to use it. But all within, my actual realistic limits. I can't put a mere polished edge because currently my setup only allows me to go to 1,000 grit. And depending on what the blade material is, some allow for it, some don't. This is S35VN with 1,000 grit. Yeah, you probably could get a mere polished edge. Now, it gets a little weird if, you win this knife through a automatic drawing and I message you and say, hey, supporter number 10, you won this knife from me. What kind of edge would you like on this? And then you get back to me and you're like, oh, I would love this kind of edge. Is there any way that you could actually customize it from me? Then at that point, we would get into what it would actually cost, because that is not part of something that I'm just going to do for absolutely free, because that takes a lot of time and effort. Definitely. Sharpening is pretty easy, it's pretty quick. I can knock out a lot of stuff in a short period of time. And I want to give that as, I'm giving you my time and my skill because you are a wonderful supporter. But when it comes to the customizing, where anodization is involved, and it just takes a lot more time, and I feel like it would be fair to charge appropriately for that. So that's where you get into the details. So that is something that's optional. If you win something of mine and you're like, hey, I really like some of the stuff that you do you think you can make it green? Sure. You want it with the finish from the factory, the scales, or you want me to tumble it by hand? Yeah, I don't have a tumbler machine yet, but eventually I'm working up to getting one, but I tumble all my stuff by hand. And you're like, yeah, do your hand tumbling thing, anodize it green, slap it back together and ship it to me. I'd be like, cool. It's gonna take me a day or two. Of course, I'm a human being. I have my own life. I have a house to maintain. I have a wife to maintain. That's a huge responsibility in itself. And of course, I have a full-time job. So probably on the way to getting a second one at this point. Third perk and last perk within the first tier. And again, at this point, you guys are already getting a good bit of stuff. 25% discount on sharpening and customization services. So this is where you can actually stack perks. So again, going back to the the Concept Eagle Strike. You won this knife from me. I'm going to sharpen it for free for you now. And because you are obviously to have only have been entered in to win this thing, you're a supporter. Now you get 25% off of what I would charge to customize this thing. So I think that's pretty sweet. I'm never claiming to be a professional customizer, but there are a lot of things that I can do, and there are plenty of things that I can't do, but I'm working up to it. So I think those three perks for only $5 a month is quite a lot. You can do a lot with that. And I feel like it should go without saying, but I need to say it anyway. Don't abuse this. Don't ruin it for other people. When it comes to the sharpening services, it would be a rather awkward situation if you and I talk. Sorry, there's a little bug in here. If you and I talk through Instagram or another means of contact, and we agree that you're going to send me 3 knives to sharpen for a total of $75, right? You ship it to me at your cost, because that's what makes sense, and then I ship it back to you once I'm done at my cost, because that's something I want to do for you. But I receive 4 or 5 knives in the mail, and you just say, oh, hey, I forgot to send these to you. Can you just touch them up real quick? I'm not gonna touch them up. I'm sorry. That's honestly kind of rude. I don't completely agree with that. Now, in a situation where that would happen and you're able to front me the money immediately or as soon as possible, then yeah, we can work on it. But I would definitely prefer that we have, common courtesy to communicate about what I'm going to be doing, so that way I know, hey, I'm going to spend my afternoon now after work sharpening 3 knives, but then I receive 5 knives. Yeah, that kind of sucks. So that also means that I'm probably only going to be able to do a couple knives for the night, and then it's going to take me even longer to get your knives back to you. So it would suck for you to have to wait even longer. And if I have any other members that are obviously going to utilize, this well discounted service, that means that they're also having to wait longer. And I want to be able to be as clear and transparent with all my supporters. Hey, I have 3 other orders consisting of 10 knives to sharpen. It's gonna be about a week before I even get to you. But I would rather have your items, your knives shipped to me already in transit or in hand here, so they'll be in line. It'll be a first come, first serve basis. There is no paying me more. No, I will not take bribe. You will not pay me more to get your knives sharpened before other people, because that is not nice. So this is something I want to really, really crack down on. I'm going to be giving so much of my time to sharpening and customization, also to hone my own skills, of course. The more I do it, the faster and the better I get it, the more consistent. But I'm essentially giving up a lot of my time to do, good discounted work that is obviously going to be a really good steal for you guys. But please do not ruin this. Do not take advantage of of the kindness that I'm trying to be able to put out into the community and for the people that want to support me the most. So that's pretty much it for level 1. Level 2, there is a extra added perk that makes it what I believe to be worth twice as much over level 1. So level 2 is $10. You get the early access to my personal knife sales. We explained that. Automatic entry for company provided product giveaways. That was also explained. This is where it gets different. 50% discount on sharpening and customization services. Again, so if you're sending me, 3 knives and I charge you $100 for it, it's gonna cost you $50 now to get those knives sharpened. And again, that's a lot of my time. Do not abuse this. Use it, of course, right? I'll get better at my sharpening skills to be able to do it a lot faster, a lot more consistent. I'm pretty proud of what I'm able to accomplish nowadays. But let's be realistic with ourselves. Like, don't send me something and expect me to get it done the same day I receive it, because I may have other orders ahead, or get upset when I can't get the knife back to you. Let's say you have like a dressing knife. What do I have as a dressing knife? This little dude right here. So this is a, fully customized Farron Forge Stinger. Looks pretty cool, right? Let's say this is one of your absolutely favorite dinner dress up nights for the weekend. You're going to be going out Saturday night out of town. You want to carry this because you're dead set on carrying this. This is going to match your whole aesthetic for the dinner date. You do you, right? I like to match my knives with how I dress, and I do like to dress up, and I really like to show up and look good, right? It feels nice, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other older or guys around my age can agree with that. Let's say you're set on this thing. You send it to me at the beginning of the week. You take forever to send payment, and then you still expect it to get back to you exactly when you want it. Again, let's be realistic. Let's be fair. I want to be completely transparent. I am not a sharpening machine. I'm just one dude that's wanting to be able to handle more stuff than I can honestly afford. And through what I really receive, what I'm getting out of this, and you're probably wondering, why are you willing to do so much, but you're not going to be getting much money through, the Patreon thing? I'm doing this for the community. I'm doing this also because I want to connect with people. And as well as I'm probably going to get to check out a lot of different models that I personally wouldn't have bought myself. I may even get to check out stuff that was old and discontinued. You dig up an old knife that was in the crevice behind your couch and you're moving out, or your partner or yourself is rearranging your living room for the third time for the year, and you find an old knife that you love and you remember the last time you used it, you just decided to cut some bricks with, so you need a fresh edge. Situations like that. You reach out to me and you're like, hey, I got this old ass knife. The edge is beat to absolute hell. Can you take care of it? You send me pictures, good pictures with decent lighting and a decent camera, so I could see what I'm working with. I'll look up the model. I'll do a little bit of research. And what I mean by research is stop pin placements, as well as how thick the blades are behind the edge, how the knife's plunge grind and sharpening trail was executed, because all these little details definitely stack up to becoming a more and more tedious and more difficult knife to sharpen. So if you have a knife that the edge is pushed, well back away from all the shouldering of the actual scales, of course I'll put tape, I'll mask it off. If I feel like I need to take the knife apart, of course I'd ask for permission to do that. But if you're sending it to me for customization or sharpening, I assume you'd be okay for me to take it apart. Then another thing too, for insurance purposes, I do definitely suggest that you take a picture of your knife before you send it to me, and I will take a picture of how I receive your knives, and that is just for insurance sake. Again, I don't want to run into any issues where I do a very affordable service to a knife and then someone claims that I stripped out their screws, or I messed it up, or their pocket clip has a crack in it, or it was bowed out, or the tip is missing, or just whatever, or like a gouge or a scratch or scuff on the scales. Don't abuse this kindness and generosity that I'm trying to be able to do here, just to connect to the good people in this community. Don't ruin it for your other fellow members. Again, that should go without saying, but I have been warned many times by other people in the community that do customized work, people who are highly respected for customization, and they have told me some horror stories. Things start out good, things start out easy, and you say one thing that was taken a little weird, and then disrespect feels like it was dished out when it realistically wasn't, and then the relationship goes sour from there. I don't want that to happen. I want to be able to give my absolute 110% to every single piece that I work on from my lovely supporters here. So again, with the discounts on sharpening services, that's a huge deal for you guys. Again, I am probably already the most cheapest and affordable, not cheap as in the quality of work, because I'm gonna do as best as I can, but the most affordable sharpening and customization services out there. And then the very last perk, the fourth perk, and why this is an extra $5 more versus level 1, is automatic entry for customized knife giveaway. Value may vary. So that means we can use the Stinger as another example right here, as well as this right here. You know, this is a good high and low situation. So this, some may recognize it, some may not, because it's been heavily customized. This is a $40 to $45 Amazon budget knife. It's been thoroughly tested, heavily customized. It comes in and out of stock often, and I support it. I like it quite a bit. This is none other than the Monocolla Knives Assault Team Model 1, the full titanium variation. There is a G10 and carbon fiber laminate version of it that is more appropriately priced for those difference in materials, but you're getting a titanium frame and well heat treated 14C28N. I've done a flipper tab delete, enlarged finger choil, acid stonewash on the blade, and a very slicey, aggressive, like 16 or 17 degree edge. I love using this thing. I also have skiff bearings in here, and I've obviously, you know, anodized it to a semi-polished blurple. It's a high voltage, so it's more purple than it is blue. I buy this knife, I customize it, I put a lot of work into it, and you just love this thing. You are automatically entered in to winning this knife. So that means that, you know, me buying this, making my content, doing my thing, customizing it, putting a lot of time and effort into it. And while the knife only costs about $45, I've easily put in with the skiff bearings, and you want to factor in the time for sharpening and basic customization. You can factor in an afternoon of work, a couple hours. So let's say I've probably doubled this knife's value. And that's being realistic, that's being generous. I'm talking about minimum wage numbers here if you really want to get into the hourly of what it takes for me to be able to do this. So I'm not even talking about like my, you know, super high end, took forever, took years to hone in my, you know, it took me 7 years to sharpen as good as I do now, but I'm not charging you for that experience. I'm realistically charging for time for the most part, a little bit of experience, but that's where it gets kind of little muddy there. So this knife, realistically, it could be like $100 knife. And while it won't be $100 knife to everybody, because you're a supporter and you really do like the customized stuff that I do, you're automatically entered into winning this one. This is only for the level 2 people, the people that are spending $10 a month as Patreon members. Sorry, this is something that costs me a lot to do, but one thing that really got me going on this whole idea to do giveaways on knives that I buy, after doing heavy customization to it, is the simple fact that I have seen my older customized knives from my really early days doing it a couple of years ago. And I make it sound like it's such a long time ago. It was only a couple of years ago, but that just shows like how much growth and development I've done. And I wouldn't have been there without you guys, realistically. So I just wanted to continue pushing forward, you know, getting better. But I've seen my stuff get sold for more than what I thought it was worth. And that's something that hit me kind of hard. And maybe I didn't need to go too deep into it, and it really wasn't that significant of a thought. But when I create something, because of my mental state, sometimes I feel like I really did just devalue the knife, and I ruined it, I messed it up, no one's gonna like it. When you're an artist and you create something, you're not gonna please everybody. And there are a lot of times that I've made stuff that I'm like, it's all right. It's okay. I wish I had this machinery or this tool to be able to do a different finish. I think that would have been cooler. And then I take a video, I post some pictures, and it blows up, and people love it. And I'm like, wow, this is a huge eye opener. Look at all these kind and supporting people that love my work. They don't know what all went into it, but they love it. And it's something that hits me so hard and makes me feel like it's like a peak appreciation, really, to see other people that genuinely enjoy, you know, what I do as an enthusiast. And again, I want to continue doing this from an enthusiast standpoint, not a business mindset. I'm not trying to make a business out of this realistically, because I want to maintain my regular full-time job, but I want to do this out of passion, and that's what this is. So to see other people enjoy my passion and continue supporting me and telling me, hey, keep doing what you're doing because it's cool shit. Just go for it. You know, do more colors, do more textures, do more stuff with the Dremel, do more tech, you know, just go crazy. You're doing cool stuff. You're learning while you're going. And again, it's just very kind and encouraging people out there is the main reason why I want to do and add this fourth perk to the level 2. You know, the automatic entry for customized knife for giveaways. Same thing with this thing. And again, I did state value may vary. That was originally a $40 to $45 knife. This Stinger from Ferrum Forge, it is, I believe, around 150 or 170 bucks or something like that. It's around there, but you know, me putting a good bit of work into it. I did the tumbling of the scales, the anodization. This is a color that is a little difficult to hit. I've done the torch bronzing of all the hard steel components, the flipper tab delete, the stonewash on the blade, skiff bearings installed, you know, well tuned and everything for now just having the nail nick essentially for deployment, and it is very, very easy to use. Solid lockup in every direction. A lot of work went into this knife, but if I ever feel like one day, hey, I want to give this thing away, I bought it with my own hard-earned money. I've enjoyed it, and I want to pass it on to, you know, a level 2 supporter. I'll do a random drawing. Videos and all that kind of stuff will be made, so obviously you're gonna have to be up to date with my stuff. So have your notification bells on, and you know, the basic stuff. Just be there when it happens, because I don't know if Patreon will allow me to message certain levels. So if I have something fancy smanchy like this going on, and I just want to be able to contact the level 2 people without bugging the level 1 people about it or making them feel some kind of way, and people can always upgrade or downgrade. So there's probably going to be a lot of that when, you know, the spicy stuff starts rolling out, as well as like if I were to do a giveaway on this thing. A lot of work has gone into this. Arcform Theory, this is now a discontinued model, so it's kind of rare in a way. You know, it's been stonewashed, tumbled, the actual scales, it's pink base, and the scratch pattern is actually like a light yellow, so it's a 2-tone anodization. A lot of work went into it. Sharpening choil, the acid stonewash on the blade, you know, very nicely thinned out edge, and skiffs. Actually, no, there are not skiffs in here. I put the factory bearings back in here because I ran out of the skiffs to fit, because I was gonna send off the skiffs that fit in here with another knife that I sold. So, but stuff like that, I bought it with my own money and I want to give it away. So realistically, as the snowball effect starts to take place, I get more and more people hopping on to the Patreon and supporting financially. The money that I'm earning for tier 1 and tier 2 is going to eventually add up to a significant amount of money that I can then use to buy cool knives, whether they're brand new or on the secondary market, and I can fix them up, make them really cool, put a nice custom edge, a whole custom look to it, and then do a giveaway. I'm doing a lot here, and I'm excited for it. Definitely. I want to be able to do more and offer more in this community, and I think this is probably going to be the best way, the best thing moving forward for me to do. Now again, going back to the sharpening, the prices, it is per situation. So one knife is not going to be the same as the other. If you want me to put a custom edge on your ultra budget cold steel blade, it's gonna cost you a whole lot less than if you wanted me to sharpen some Rex 45. It makes sense, right? If you're a sharpener, if you're a part of this hobby, at this point in time, you should understand that it's gonna take a whole lot more skill to sharpen a Rex 45 than it would be for, what even is this, 4116 stainless. This will take 1/10 of the time than sharpening some Rex 45. But I can do that, and I'm pretty confident at sharpening some well heat-treated Rex 45, as well as the size of a knife. Let me get some examples here. So let's say you have a little Native 5. It has a 2 1/4, a 2.5 inch cutting edge. There's not much to it. It's an M4, so it's a premium blade material, right? It can get a little chippy. You gotta make sure to really work out those microchips, so it takes a little bit of skill. Versus the freaking Keen 2 by Bestech. These knives will not cost the same to sharpen or do full reprofiling or chip removal or tip restructuring, jobs like that. So again, every sharpening and customization job is going to be per customer. The best way to go about it is if you reach out to me through Instagram. And if you don't have Instagram, just get it. It's not that difficult. I need you to send me pictures, and then I will come back to you with a number. If that number is satisfied, we will proceed. You send me payment when you can, preferably before the knives get to me, or else I will not be able to touch them until I do receive payment. So in a situation where maybe at this point I could answer some questions about certain situations. So let's say you really want to get some stuff sharpened and customized, or let's just make a simple scenario, just sharpened. You have a knife, just one knife you want to send to me, but you don't get paid till Friday. If you ship the knife to me on a Monday, but you don't get paid till Friday, I will most likely get your knife in hand, but I will not start working on it until I receive payment. I think that's fair. I think that makes sense. So it's not like, oh, the knife got to you 3 days ago, why didn't you sharpen it? Well, I didn't receive payment. This is a service I'm providing that's just for community members, a community that I'm trying to build on Patreon. I think that's fair. I think that makes sense. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If this is something that may be too complicated to do, maybe I should remove some stuff. Is there anything else that I can possibly improve on or implement in the future? A lot of these things are absolutely subject to change and are not written in stone. Depending on how it goes with the discounted sharpening services and customization services, depending on how frequently I'm getting orders or just buried under stuff to do, things will have to change a little bit, but I want to make things reasonable and fair. And again, I want it to be completely transparent. I have a life. I don't want to sit in my garage for 24 freaking hours busting out a bunch of knives for little to nothing, realistically. So again, that is pretty much it. I'm very excited to move forward with this. I want to thank all the people that have been supporting me up until this point, and this is something that I hope new people that do catch wind of my channel and what I'm trying to do here, I hope this is something that they'd be willing to back, because it's not really much, $5 and then $10. I think a lot of people would rather just go with the $10 one because it is just $10 and there's a lot more cooler stuff for it. But if you kind of do majority of your own sharpening and you rather be, get a chance to get a free knife every once in a while and you're not going to miss $5, then yeah, just stay with the level 1. Do whatever works for you, or don't do it at all and just continue liking and subscribing through just regular YouTube. That support is support and I welcome it, definitely. But for this to continue making sense for me financially speaking, for me to earn a little something on top, and I really do mean a little something on top of what I'm trying to offer here, I'm excited. So with that being said, I know this was a long one. We're already almost at like 41 minutes, but thank you so much again for everyone's support. I really, really do appreciate it. I wouldn't have gotten to where I'm at without anybody clicking on one of my videos, whether it's like a clickbait kind of thumbnail or just a hot topic word that the YouTube algorithm pushes out. I want to be able to influence and spread, honesty and truth from a user and enthusiast perspective. And that's really it. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like down below. And that's it.